Hi, it's Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today we're going to talk all about the waistcoat stitch. The waistcoat stitch is also known as the split single crochet stitch or the crochet knit stitch. Today I'm not only going to teach you how to crochet the stitch, but also how to do color changes with this stitch. Once you learn how to do this, you can make mug rugs like this, or even a wine bottle holder like this. Both of these patterns are part of the 2024 Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. It's a very special event where you are going to have for 24 days 12 stitches and 12 patterns revealed for free, one per day. Every odd day will be a stitch tutorial and every even day will be one pattern released that uses the stitch that was previously revealed. However, this special event also includes an ebook that you have the option to purchase that not only will give you access to the entire 12 stitch tutorials and 12 patterns for those stitch tutorials, you will also get 12 additional patterns. So if you want 12 stitches and 24 patterns, all ad-free and printer friendly with 12 video tutorials, then check out the link down below and grab your ebook right now. There's a special deal until the end of this event. So if you want to get this ebook on sale, grab it now before the coupon code expires. The mystery part of the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along is that you don't know which stitch will be published on which day and which of the two patterns I'm going to pick to be released for free that correspond to the stitch that was published the previous day. So if you get the ebook, you will have all of it up front and you won't have to wait for any of those mysteries to be revealed. And of course, you get it ad-free and printer friendly. When you sign up for the free Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along, I will send you the material list for all the patterns, including those just available in the ebook. So if you want all the information about this special event that typically thousands of people attend to, then check out the link down below and sign up so you don't miss any of the reveals every single day. So let's get started on the waistcoat stitch and how to crochet it even with color changes. So as you can see on this example, as well as this example, you will see that there's white and red little V's, which all are the waistcoat stitch. One of these patterns will be revealed for free. Both of these patterns are available in the ebook to get all 24 patterns and 12 stitch tutorials. Whatever pattern I publish free to view on our website, you can also get as a PDF on Ravelry and Etsy, or you can get it ad-free also in the Crochet Club. The Crochet Club has over 500 ad-free patterns, exclusive crochet alongs. Of course, we meet weekly for live video tutorials, and of course, we also have Zoom get-togethers twice a month, and so much more. But the only way to get all 24 patterns in this event is in the ebook. So take advantage of the coupon code that expires December 24th, 2024. So let's start with the actual waistcoat stitch. First, I'm going to show you how to do it with just one color, and then I will show you how to do it in two colors. There's a way to do this stitch specifically for rows and for rounds. However, for rows, I actually recommend that you cut your yarn after each row was done. Just like you have seen in this example right here, the yarn was cut on either side of them and there was no turning, because if you do turn, the stitch will look 100% different. And if you want this pretty look right here where all the V's are nicely stacked on top of each other and look really pretty, then you will have to cut your yarn at the end of the row and start over on the other side. In order to make the swatch, in order to learn how to do this stitch, make any chain you like. Here I have 11 chains on my hook, and I'm going to start from the second chain from the hook, and I like to go in the back bump of my stitch. Here's the front loop, the back loop, and if you turn it around slightly, there's the back bump. This is not needed, meaning it's not necessary to go into the back bump, but it will make a prettier look. So I'm going to go into the back bump right here of the second chain from the hook, yarn over and pull through. But in this case, I'm not going to make it super tight. You actually want a little bit of looseness here, especially in the very first row, because this stitch tends to be a little tighter. So I highly recommend that you make your very first row or round before you start the waistcoat stitch a little bit looser. May even go up hook size if need be. Okay, so here we go. I pulled up a loop. Now yarn over and pull through. Now let's keep going. I'm going to make single crochet stitches in every chain, but I'm going to make it a little looser. I don't want my stitches to be super duper tight. So as I said, I'm just going through the back bump and I'm pulling up a loop and finishing it up like a regular single crochet, just a little looser than I normally would. So let me finish this row. I'm going to cut my yarn and then we're going to start over on top of the first stitch. So once you made your very first row, it's going to look like this. As you can see, I snipped my yarn. I made a little slip knot here in the back so nothing comes loose, and I pulled a new slip knot on my hook, and I'm now going to start over on the very first stitch, meaning on top of the very first stitch. So I'm not going to make a chain of one or anything. I'm going to go straight into it. So I have my loop on my hook and I'm going to go right through the front V. So let me tell you first for a second the difference between a single crochet and the waistcoat stitch, also known as the crochet knit stitch. So let's talk about the top V right here. You will see front loop and back loop, and then here in the front of the stitch, so top V, and then here's the front V. This is your actual stitch right here. This would be the entire single crochet over here. We're interested in the very front V. So typically if you are doing a single crochet stitch, you would go right here underneath the top V. So you can see right here, it would ignore the front V completely. So for a single crochet stitch, you go underneath the top V. For a waistcoat stitch, or also known as split single crochet stitch, you are splitting the single crochet, the front V in half. So as I said, don't go in here. You're going to go through here. So I'm just going to go right through it, yarn over and pull through. And now with my 2 loops on my hook, I'm going to finish it up just like a regular single crochet. So yarn over and pull through. So there's my very first waistcoat stitch. It really is made like a single crochet. Just the starting point, the location of your insert of the hook is different. So you can see right here, it went through the front V. Now let's do this again. So don't go through the space that is underneath the top V. You're going to go through the front V and split it in half. So it looks like right this, right? So you go right through it, then yarn over and pull through. And you can see how it goes right through the front V, and you're going to finish it up like a regular single crochet stitch. So let's do a couple more together, and then I'm going to finish this row on my own, simply like this. Pull through and insert and pull up a loop and finish it up like a single crochet stitch. So let me finish this row, and in the next row I'll show you how to do the color changes. Once you finish the row, it's going to look like this, and in the next row we're now going to do some color changes. But before we get to that, let me show you something for a second. So on this example right here, you can see what happens when you are doing color changes one way versus another way. So if you are doing a yarn over and pull through with the same color, you're going to have these little peekaboos. And I'll show you in a second what I actually mean by that, so that way it's a little bit easier to understand. But first I want to show you the result of it, okay? So here's what happens when I don't pull through the red yarn during the last yarn over pull through of the single stitch. Then you're going to have the white peek through, like here, okay? So the entire row here, you can see the white peek through. Now on those stitches right here, you don't see that peek through. You only see the white V's, and you don't see any of the white peeking through because it's finished with red. Okay, so this example is exactly the same as this example, where all the front V's only have been done in white and the stitch was always finished with red. So let me show you the difference between those two different ways of color changing. So first, let's make one stitch just as a regular waistcoat stitch in the same color. So here you can see I just went through after I had my little slip knot already on my hook, yarn over and pull through. So now let's say that the third stitch is going to be the color changing stitch. Okay, so typically what you would do in a color change, you would do in the previous stitch, the last yarn over pull through is in a new color. So let me show you how that would look like. So yarn over and pull through, and then here you would do the color change. So let me pull up this yarn right here, this color, and pull through. And now let's do the next stitch in the new color. And let me show you what happens when you do so. So here, yarn over and pull through. Let me finish this up in the other color. It's the same color as this one. So I'm going to pull up my yarn here. And yes, I just dropped it. You can totally carry it with you, but I like to drop my yarn for this specific stitch. And then yarn over and pull through. And now let's say the next stitch is just a regular waistcoat stitch in that specific color. So here's what you can see, okay? You can see now how the top one has that loop in that new color. In the next row, I'm going to show you what happens with this stitch right here where we pulled this through beforehand. I'm now going to show you a different way of crocheting this, which I prefer for this, so that way you don't have any peekaboos. The actual effect, whether there is a peekaboo or not, will be shown in the next row. So patience, little crochet hopper. You're going to see how this is going to look like in a second. So let me now teach you the method that I personally prefer for this specific stitch so that you don't have any peekaboos. Okay, you do have to make sure you're not pulling too tight on this, and you will be carrying the yarn with you. So let me show you. So if I'm going in the next stitch, and look, this color is the same color as this one. Okay, so whatever's my main color, that's usually what I keep on my hook in this case. So I'm going to go into this stitch right here, and I'm going to pull the new color through, but I'm going to drop it here for a second. I'm going to carry it with me, but I'm going to finish it up with the new color. So every time I have this color here being shown, I'm still going to finish it with the main color. So consider the darker color the accent color and the lighter color the main color in this case. So let's do the next stitch also in the new color, or the accent color. So I'm going to pull this through like so, and I'm going to finish it up with the other color. So every time I do that stitch, it doesn't matter what stitch I have, I'm always going to finish it with the main color. So let's do one more stitch here in the accent and finishing it up with the other color. Okay, like so. So let me finish this row here normally with this color, and then I'll show you what happens in the next row, and you will see the effect whether you want that peekaboo or not. All right, let's start the next row with this color again, the main color. And I'm just going to make here one stitch. Actually, I'll do 2 stitches in this color. And now I'm going to show you what happens when you go through this stitch right here with, let's say, the same color. Okay, so that way you can see what happens when you go with through the same. It doesn't matter if it's the same stitch or not. Okay, if it's the same color or not. But let's go through it with this color, with the main color, through the accent color. And I'm just going to finish it up like this. So you're going to see that this peekaboo is happening. Do you see how the main color is there, but you still see the accent color right here? So let me do a couple more stitches in the main color right here. Let's say 2 stitches, like this stitch and this stitch. Okay, so that way you can see the difference. Do you see the difference here versus here? You have some peekaboo happening over here. So for the waistcoat stitch specifically, I recommend that all the stitches are finished with the main color. Okay, so let me do the next 2 stitches in the other color. So right here, I'm just going to carry my main color with me. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull my other one through, so the accent color. And then I'm going to still finish it up with the main color. So here I made one stitch. Let's do one more stitch here in the accent color, like so. And always finish it up with the main color. Let's finish up this row. So here's how it's going to look like. So you're going to see right here that the transition between one over the other is much smoother than this one right here, as you can see it peeking through. You can literally see the other color peeking through. Now you would say over here, well, it would not happen over here too with the main color peeking through of the accent color when you finish it up with that every time. Technically, yes, but the way it's made, it's actually not as visible because you're dropping the yarn every time. So you really have to stretch your yarn in order to see the peekaboo happening. So it's much prettier if you finish every single stitch with the main color, regardless of what stitch that is. Okay, so whether it's in one color or the other color, every yarn over pull through is made with the main color. So let me show you that on this example here again. You can see that very clearly how the entire reindeers are done this way, meaning it's done in a way where the last yarn of a pull through is done in the main color. So you really cannot see it peeking through very clearly because it almost looks like it was sewn on top, and you see the reindeers appear very pretty versus down here where you see the peekaboos happening because the last yarn of a pull through was not done with red but with white. Okay, so you can see that happening. Now I did the same over here again, the same way as I did down here to make it even. So if there are some peekaboos happening, at least it's even. Okay, so you can see that right there. But you can also see it over here, how every last yarn over pull through is done in red, and it makes it really look like it was sewn on top. Doesn't it look so pretty? And yes, the white is carried with it at all times. It will make your project a little tighter, but it will look prettier that way. So I do want to show you the back. So this is how the back looks like, where you're carrying the white with you at all times. So you're going to start here in the front and always carry it with you. And the same is true over here. Always have the white carried with you from the beginning on. Although I just showed you on the sample, it's not that way. I started on the sample like in the middle of it or wherever. I just wanted to show you how to do the color changes. But for projects like this or like this, I do recommend carrying it with you at all times. That way the tension is even all the way around and you won't have any issues. These are done, this one is done in rows, this one is done in rounds, but the entire thing is done in the waistcoat stitch with the color changes. So I highly recommend that you start practicing the waistcoat stitch today, so that way you're ready for these patterns tomorrow. One of them will be revealed for free for the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along, all with Christmas patterns or gift ideas. So what do you think? Which pattern will be revealed tomorrow? If you don't want to wait or you want both patterns, be sure to check out the ebook link down below so you can grab your copy on sale until December 24th, 2024. I would love for you to share your swatch or showing of these projects once you made them. We all would love to see them, so be sure to join our Facebook group, Crocheting with Nikki, and use this hashtag right here so we can see and find and celebrate you that you practiced your swatch or made the pattern that corresponds to the stitch that you just learned. I hope you enjoyed this stitch tutorial and look forward to the other stitch tutorials in this Advent calendar, as well as the patterns corresponding to the stitches. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, to like this video, share this video with your crochet besties, and leave a comment down below and let us know if you love this stitch or the patterns that come with this stitch, and as well as the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along event for this year. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get a notification next time I publish a new video or go live. I'll see you in the next stitch tutorial for the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along of 2024. Until then, bye!